Hello YouTube, Salivate Metal here. While us here in the United States were having a presidential election, the president of India had something else in mind on that day, on November the 8th. He decided to demonetize the 1,000 rupee and the 500 rupee notes, and it essentially caused quite a panic in the country. I remember hearing about this today on the radio, and essentially this flew under the radar because we were so enthralled in our election. But this is actually very important information, and it could be a foretaste of what could come in other countries and maybe even the U.S. if things got really bad. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, if I'm pronouncing that correct, had put a ban on these notes and basically wanted to repatriate, so to speak, all of those notes as they were going to sunset and be demonetized in time. And essentially, what happened was, since then, the price of gold essentially doubled. In some places, it sold as much as almost $2,300 per ounce, if you can actually find it. A lot of jewelry shops are opening up early, and they banned the 500 rupee note, which is worth about $7.50 in US dollars, and the 1,000 rupee note, which is worth about $15. So that's those are the two most popular bills in the country, which pretty much makes all of the currency illegal to use eventually. And so the banks were closed for that day after. And there's some all kinds of speculation going on as to why this was done, to prevent the money from being laundered, to preventing terrorism in the country, all sorts of different things. And how much percentage of that is there? There's several different articles talking about this situation, whether it be from opinionated journals here, from Zero Hedge discussing this, as well as Bloomberg and others. But very quite interesting indeed to see this occurring. And they have apparently some fighter jets at the ready to deliver new notes to replace these, apparently in time. But there's a lot of different things going on. Religious institutions are getting involved, looking for all kinds of ways to kind of ease the problem. But I think the people are very upset, understandably so. Imagine if that happened in the United States, if they banned the $20 bill. And there's already been some talk here about possibly getting rid of the $100 bill and the $50 bill for some of the same reasons. It was floated out. So we shall see. Certainly here in the West, we are enjoying these low prices for the precious metals. Not in India. All happened under the radar, apparently. So it's quite fascinating indeed to see what's going on in these different places. And will it reduce corruption? They say that it will have a long-term benefit. The short-term panic is to be expected, they say, but in the long term it will help out, and will try to get people to get to use online transactions. But if people use online transactions and basically digitize currency, which so many of us here in the West are doing, not so much in the East, then then it brings control and corruption, centralized corruption in my view, because the Federal Reserve can digitize as well as print, and they can create it out of thin air, and it just as it can be created out of thin air, it can be taken away out of thin air. And already many banks in the United States already have written in their fine print and their policies to repatriate money, or to have what they call bail-ins, where they will take money from your accounts and charge you to pay off their debt, so to speak. So post your thoughts below on this situation with the currencies, with the rupee and the doubling of the price of gold over this situation. So quite fascinating indeed. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to y'all for watching, and encourage you to please rate, comment, and subscribe.